is trucking. Now let's get rolling.
Hey everybody, how's it going today? Welcome to another edition of Lead Pedal Podcast. I'm your host, Bruce Outridge, episode number 971. And today it's a Turnback Tuesday. We all know what that means. All right, folks, turn back the clocks, clean up the spokes. This is another edition of Turnback Tuesdays with your host, Bruce Outridge. That's right. It's Bruce Outridge, as I say. Hey, welcome to another show. Hey, today we're going to talk about when the actual the trucking industry started. And you know what? Started a long time ago. Always wanted to say it that way. Anyway, we're going to find out all about when it started, how it started, and why it started right after this in this Turnback Tuesday, right after we talk to the folks over at RIMS. Hey folks, are you an owner-operator looking for a place to call home? Well, RIMS Transport is based out of Hamilton, Ontario, and that's right, they are a place, owner-operator fleet only. They run flatbed out of Hamilton, and they don't run much more than 500 to 700 mile radius. So if you're looking for a place that you can get back home on a regular basis, you can get good miles, they have a great culture for owner-operators, and they want you to succeed, then RIMS Transport's the place to do that. Where can you learn more? Go to rimstransport.com. Make sure you tell them that the Lead Pedal Podcast sent you, and we want you to be successful. We know them personally over there, and we know they're going to take good care of you. You got open board, you got tandem US, you got multi-axle US, you got city, you got all kinds of positions available there, all owner-operator fleet. So if you want to be successful for 2023 and beyond, then get on with RIMS Transport and tell them we sent you. All right, everybody, talk to you later. Go to rimstransport.com. All right, there you go. So trucking became an industry a number of different ways. And first of all, in Ontario, trucking in Ontario began in 1898. That's right. That's when Robert Simpson Company first utilized an electric-powered truck to deliver products to its customers instead of delivering goods by wagon. And if you remember not too long ago, we had electric trucks. And if you listen to that episode, you'll find out who started the first electric truck. Now, if we're looking at who invented the industry who invented the trucking industry, it was Alexander Winton, founded and created the first ever trucking company in 1897 called Winter Motor Carriage Company of Cleveland, Ohio. Otto Newman and August Fruhoff, there's a name for you, a blacksmith and a wagon maker, were both responsible for inventing the very first semi-trailer in 1914. And if we look at the trucking in the United States, that's affected the political and economic history of the United States over the years. During World War I, the military was the first to use trucks extensively with increased construction of paved roads. Trucking began to achieve significant foothold in the 1930s and soon became subject to various government regulations such as hours of service during the late 50s and 60s. Trucking was accelerated by the construction of the interstate highway system, which we talked about in an earlier episode, and an extensive network of freeways linking major cities across the continent began. Trucking achieved major national attention during the 60s and 70s when songs and movies about truck driving were major hits. Smokey and the Bandit comes into that one for sure. And let's see. And truck drivers were participating in widespread strikes, usually due to the cost of fuel, which happened in 73 and 79, and the industry was drastically deregulated by the Motor Carrier Act of 1980. Guess when I started driving? 1982. So there you go. I was right after, I remember deregulation happening. Trucking has come to dominate the freight industry in the latter portion of the 20th century, along with what are termed big box stores such as Walmart and Target. All right. And so in the 1900s, before that, it was all horse-drawn carriages that got us around. So good to see that we were able to get going here, and it's got a life of its own. So those of you starting in the trucking industry may not realize where we are today, but we are in a strong point of the trucking industry, and I hope that helped you realize the importance of what you're doing and where it came from. Hey folks, in today's economy, it's what you keep in your pocket that's important, and that means your taxes as well. And you know what? I want to tell you about RS2000 Tax Services. They specialize in the trucking industry. That's right, whether you're an owner-operator, a carrier, a truck driver, it doesn't matter. They can help you because they understand the importance of you being on the road and the kind of things that you're going to come up against, and so they can help you. And I got to tell you, they are extremely proud of the service they provide, because they provide it to most of Ontario. They're available 7 days a week, 12 months of the year. That's right. The people that are going to be dealing with you are going to be at your home, at your business, wherever you need them to come to, because they understand that you're traveling. You don't have time to go and drive somewhere else on a weekend. You've only got a certain amount of time to be with your family. So they come to you. You can ask them questions anytime at 1-800-304-3986. And they operate Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Although they're consultants and accountants that deal with you, work with your schedule, so you will be available there. If you want to give them a call, again, tell them that the Lead Pedal Podcast sent you at 1-800-304-3986, or you can visit their website at rs2000tax.com. They're in Kamoka, Ontario, but they don't want you to go there. That's why they come to you. Who can find Kamoka? Anyway, we've been dealing with them for a while. They've been in business since 1994, and I can tell you, we've had them here on the podcast many times talking about their services, so you can go and listen to any of those episodes if you want to hear what they have to say. But they have been around for a long time. They specialize in trucking, and better off, they specialize in you. Give them a call at 1-800-304-3986 or visit them at rs2000tax.com. Make sure you tell them I sent you. All right, there you go. So that's the trucking industry in a nutshell, and how we got started, why we got started, and where we plan on going right after that. So hope you enjoyed that Turnback Tuesday. Hey, make sure you follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find us on TikTok, and you also find us on LinkedIn. Find me on LinkedIn anyway. And you can also download our Lead Pedal Media app. Keep up to date with all of our stuff in one spot. Hey, don't forget our YouTube channel. We got tons of stuff there. And our podcast episodes now have their own playlist on our YouTube channel, so check that out. All right, my friends, talk to you later. See you next time.
This has been another episode of the Lead Pedal Podcast. For more information or to subscribe to the podcast, visit theleadpedalpodcast.com, and be sure to follow the podcast